Some people chase dreams. Elon Musk builds them, with the same certainty most people use to breathe. When he says he'll take humanity to Mars, people laugh. But then they remember, this is the man who built electric cars when the world mocked him. Who launched rockets after failing 3 times. Who slept in factories, not mansions. Musk doesn't believe in luck. He believes in persistence beyond reason. This is not a story about money. It's a story about a mind that refuses to quit, even when the universe says, enough. Welcome to the Code of Obsession. The fire that doesn't burn out. Elon Musk's life began in silence. A shy kid in South Africa, lost in books, bullied by classmates, and ignored by adults. He didn't fit in. So he built his own world, through code, imagination, and the idea that the future could be built, not just dreamed. By 12, he had sold his first video game. By 28, he was a millionaire. But what separates Musk from every other genius is this. He never stopped acting like he had nothing. He once said, "If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." That's not ambition.
That's obsession, the rare kind that doesn't need applause, only progress.
Failure is the currency of success. Most people quit when they fail. Elon Musk studies his failure like an engineer studies metal fatigue. When the first SpaceX rocket exploded, the world said, "He's finished." The second failed. They said, "He's insane." The third failed again. They laughed. But Musk didn't cry or complain. He went back to the whiteboard. He rebuilt. He tested. And on the 4th attempt, SpaceX made history. That single launch changed not just his life, but the entire space industry. Failure didn't stop him. It refined him. Because he understood what most never do. That failure is not the opposite of success. It's the process of it. The factory monk. While other billionaires built mansions, Musk built machines. He slept on the floor of his Tesla factory. Because he said, "I can't ask my employees to work harder than I do." For weeks, he didn't go home. He showered at the office. He lived inside the noise of grinding metal and electric engines. When Tesla was on the verge of collapse, he didn't pray for investors. He worked 120 hours a week to keep it alive. That's not madness. That's conviction in motion. He once said, "Nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week." The pain of genius. Musk is not a happy man, and he admits it. He once said, "I don't think people want to be me. They want what I have." Behind every success story lies exhaustion, isolation, and the heavy price of vision. When you see him smiling in interviews, remember. He's carrying the weight of multiple futures at once. That's the pain of genius. To see things others can't, and to suffer because you must make them real. He has been called arrogant, reckless, even insane. But history has a strange rule. It always mocks those who build tomorrow, until tomorrow arrives. The law of impossible. When Elon Musk said he'd send rockets to space cheaper than governments, they called him delusional. When he said he'd revolutionize cars, they laughed. When he said AI could destroy humanity, they called him paranoid. And yet, he proved one truth over and over. Impossible is just the opinion of the majority. He sees inefficiency. He doesn't accept limits, he redesigns them. That's why he doesn't compete in industries. He recreates them. For him, ambition is not about being first. It's about being the only one who dares to try. The code of risk. Musk once put every dollar he had, from selling PayPal, into Tesla and SpaceX. When asked why he didn't keep some for safety, he said, "Either we succeed, or we go down together." That's not courage. That's a refusal to be average. He believes risk is not something to avoid. It's something to calculate, embrace, and survive. Every great builder knows. The higher the risk, the closer you stand to greatness. And Musk? He lives on that edge, every single day. Humanity's engineer. For most people, success ends with comfort. For Musk, success begins with responsibility. He doesn't build for profit, he builds for humanity. Electric cars to fight pollution. Rockets to secure a second home for humankind. Neuralink to merge the brain with AI. You can disagree with his ideas. You can hate his personality. But you can't deny his impact. Because Musk doesn't dream of luxury. He dreams of legacy. He once said, "I would like to die on Mars. Just not on impact." That's not a quote. That's a prophecy from a man building his own version of destiny. The loneliness of vision. Visionaries don't live among crowds, they walk alone. Musk's relationships broke. His friends left. His companies nearly consumed him. But he never stopped. Because he knows. Greatness is lonely, but mediocrity is suffocating. He said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are against you." Most people avoid pain. He uses it as fuel. That's why he keeps winning. Because pain, in his world, isn't punishment. It's proof that you're doing something that matters. Elon Musk doesn't see himself as a genius. He sees himself as a worker inside a bigger machine called humanity. He said, "I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right." That single line defines him. Because optimism is not hope, it's strategy. It's how you stay alive when logic says you should quit. He knows the human race needs dreamers who can build. Not just thinkers who can talk. And that's the human code he lives by. To keep building. Even when the world stops believing. Elon Musk teaches us something terrifying and beautiful. The line between madness and genius is drawn only by results. He's proof that obsession, when guided by purpose, is not a curse, it's a calling. He doesn't want followers. He wants believers, people who look at the impossible and whisper, "Let's try anyway." So ask yourself, what's your Mars? What dream do you keep buried under the excuse of someday? Because someday isn't coming. You are. If this message lit something inside you, comment below. I choose obsession over excuses. And remember, every week, we decode the minds of those who defied the limits of humanity. If you felt that spark today, subscribe to Human Code. Because one day, the world will need your madness too.